Hey Jaxson, when did you know that Lamont was going to go, and did you kind of sense that he felt like he was in the right mindset to come out there and have a game like this?
He practiced yesterday like full speed for the first time since his injury, and he was 100%. He told me he was good. There was no issues, so we knew going into it that he was going to play. And I mean, look at the performance he put up; it was crazy.
What was your first taste of this rivalry like?
It was cool just to be in, like you said, the rivalry itself, just because I grew up watching this. So just to be a part of it, it's a dream come true. It's something that I always looked at when I was a little kid. It's a blessing.
Where does this rank among some of the most memorable games you've been a part of?
It's definitely up there. And it was really cool just to play against some former teammates, get to talk a little smack. But yeah, it was really cool.
I think you tied your career high in rebounds tonight. Was that just how the ball was falling for you, or was that something you were kind of emphasizing for yourself?
I mean, that was one of the keys to win the game. They shot a lot of threes, a lot of long rebounds, so just making sure that I cleaned up and did my part, and they just fell in my lap.
This game was kind of hanging in the balance really late, and Ortega came up with a couple of big plays for you guys. What did you think of the kind of the clutch gene that he showed there?
Even kill. I feel like throughout the game it might have been a little slow for O. I know he had a little bit of frustration, especially with the foul calls. But just like towards the end, like you said, he showed up big time and got a huge steal, probably the biggest possession of the game. And I mean, couldn't be more proud.
Brandon Garrison showed a lot of fight out there as well tonight. Just what do you think of his overall performance?
You need that. Every game, we need BG to step up and be that flame that ignites the team. I felt like he did a really good job that tonight, even with the scuffle and all that stuff that went on. I feel like it was something that we needed just to get us going. And he did a really good job on the defensive side of the ball also.
Do you think he kind of not necessarily needs someone to kind of get in his ear, but do you think he enjoys the back and forth with the opposing team?
I don't know how to answer that question. I'm not going to get BG in trouble, but that dude's a dog. I'm going to say that.
When you first started playing with Lamont, did it surprise you at all his ability to get downhill and be so effective on the attack?
Not at all. I played Lamont the last 3 years. I know exactly what he's capable of, and just being with a coach like Coach Pope and just learning the system, learning how to play off 2 feet, make plays for his teammates. He wasn't forcing anything. Got all the great shots that he gets every single game. They were open, and he knocked them down. So I couldn't be more proud of him. He puts in the work every day.
Louisville had a season high and made threes, but obviously you all were still able to come out with it. Was it frustrating at all when some of maybe their tougher shots were hitting, even though they hadn't been falling all year?
No, not really. I mean, as the game goes on, you just got to deal with what happens and just keep pushing forward. And I feel like our group does a great job of that. Not worrying about the outcome, but just staying present in the moment and figuring it all out.
Jaxson, how did your first taste of Kentucky-Louisville compare to, say, BYU-Utah or other rivalries you may have been a part of?
I mean, it was huge. The crowd, BBN showing up and bringing the energy, it was something that we definitely needed, especially late in the game. Got a little chippy there for a little bit, but BBN gave us a spark.
Louisville's coach said he thought that Lamont's shot was touched by God tonight. That was I mean, when did you guys think, all right, every time he was putting it up, it was going to...
Lamont works on that shot every day. I mean, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like that statement's not very true. I feel like he, like I said, puts in the work every day. I see him put in the reps, so there was nothing new for me or this team.
How cool was it to see him have that performance that is kind of remembered in this rivalry's history forever?
Man, it's huge. Like you said, it's going to be remembered forever. This is a huge rivalry, probably one of the biggest in college basketball, and Lamont put on a crazy performance. So it'll be really cool for him, me, anybody to look back on part of this team and just know that all the work he's put in really paid off.
How dangerous is this team when Lamont hits threes like that?
Man, it's huge. The team's got to respect it. And, hopefully they start to understand that they can't go under ball screens with Lamont Butler, but as long as they do, he's going to keep knocking them down. I honestly don't really know. I know there was a foul call, and BG kind of ended up in their bench, but after that, it was just all kind of a blur. Coach Pope ended up over there somehow, and it was the whole thing. Seeing just the battles that they had, and then just being able to be in that win column, being in that left column is really big, and knowing that you're going down in history in the right way.
I know Coach Post talks about preparing you guys for every game. It's the biggest you're ever going to play. But when you walk out on a court and then, like, the crowd's already full, when you're in the pregame layup line, does it feel different before?
Yeah, no, for sure. It was definitely a different vibe tonight. But everybody knows Kentucky-Louisville, biggest rivalry in college basketball. So, like I said, to be a part of it was just really, really a blessing.
What did it feel like to have Lamont back out there? Obviously, he kind of took some of the point guard abilities away that I'm sure you're happy about. But just the zone he was in, just didn't miss a shot. What's it kind of like watching as a teammate?
I mean, I've been telling people since before you got here, but I mean, I've seen him put in the work every single day. It's no surprise to me or any of my teammates or coaches, and I couldn't be happier for Lamont.
What does Lamont bring to your transition offense? That was a huge key for you guys tonight.
I mean, he pushes the pace. He keeps us going up and down, offensively and defensively. I think he got across half court pretty quick, and Louisville had trouble just trying to figure out matchups and transition. So definitely worked in our favor, and Lamont getting downhill and finding open teammates and getting to the cup was really big.
Jaxson, you've seen a lot of ball. Can you think of another guy that goes from, I don't know if he's playing this weekend, to scoring a career high, whatever it was, 30-something?
Yeah. Nah, I've never seen that. Really impressive and huge performance by Mont. Couldn't be more proud.
Did you have any doubt at all once the game started that he was going to be himself, or did you have any reservations that maybe that ankle would bother him?
Mont wouldn't put his team or himself in a position if he didn't feel like he was ready to go. And I got full trust in Lamont Butler, and if he says he's going to go out there and play, he's going to go out there and play. So that's one of my brothers, and I love being on the court with him.
That scuffle that happened in the second half, just what was that kind of like? Just have you been in a rivalry with that much tension and that kind of situation?
Probably not a rivalry, no, but like I said earlier, just trying to treat it like every other game. I know there's obviously more at stake, but just trying to stay focused, and ultimately we came together and figured out what we needed to do better, especially with that little break we got during that timeout, but huge win.
And what was it like to play against two of your former teammates, but on the other side, and Waterman and obviously Khalifa?
Yeah.
Just what was that kind of like seeing them in the completely different uniform?
Yeah, no, it was really cool. It was dope just being able to, talk a little smack at the free throw line with Noah, and then hear Ali in the background as I'm shooting threes. And it was just really cool. We talk every once in a while, and it's always good to catch up with them and send them home with the L.
It's going to be nice to have a couple days off before, like a week off before another game. Is that going to matter?
I mean, obviously it'll be good for us as far as just getting rest, but we also know we got to figure out ways to keep getting better, keep improving. That's our ultimate goal with everything that we got going on, and eventually win a national championship. So these 10 days are nothing new, nothing different. We just got to keep pushing.
We always talk about the intensity of this rivalry. Your first time in it, when you're on the court, what jumps out to you about this one feeling a little different than maybe it was anything?
To be honest with you, not really. Basketball games are all the same to me. Obviously, there's a bigger crowd, more noise, but when you're in the moment and you're flying around and you're just playing defense on offense, like you're not thinking about anything but the court. So, but in those little moments where you do stop and look around and things like that, it's really cool just to know that you have a fan base like BBN behind you, got your back, and came out with the win altogether.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
What can you say about the atmosphere, the crowd?
Nothing like it. Rupp's a really cool venue. They pack out the house every night, and they come to see us hoop, so couldn't be more grateful. A lot of kids wish to be in our position, and just making sure we take advantage of it every day.
Have you had many rivalry games like this in your career?
No, not really. I mean, I had BYU, Utah, but that's nothing compared to Kentucky and Louisville.
Thanks, Jaxson.
Yeah, of course.